there. This is Taya with Bright Travel, where we travel with ease. I am coming to you live from Cancun, Mexico at the Wyndham Grand All-Inclusive Resort. I want to tell you a little bit about this resort. Of course, as I stated, it's all-inclusive, but unlike other all-inclusive resorts, this resort actually has a lot of flair to it. The ambiance is great. And of course, some people say, resort food is always the same at every resort. However, this one actually has, in my opinion, a better selection of resorts. Of course, they have the steak restaurant, they have the Italian restaurant, they have the Mexican restaurants, but they also have individual small little pop-up restaurants as well as an on-site pool bar restaurant, where you swim up to the pool and you have a different selection. The difference is the food is fresh, and when I say fresh, I mean very fresh. Also, I'd like to say the all-inclusive seafood restaurant, superb. You would really love that. The other thing I want to say is the check-in process, spectacular. I think we were only in check-in, I would say maximum 10 minutes. They got us in and out, no problem. But the other thing is when you arrive, the ambiance is excellent. The front of the hotel has a good vibe, and when you enter the lobby, it's like you're in a totally different place. One other thing I'd like to mention is the on-site. Of course, they have an on-site villa where they try to sell you these memberships. However, it's not a pushy process. We got in and out of their presentation probably in about an hour and 20 minutes. They offered it to us. We said no. We were done. Unlike other presentations you attend, they have one person come over to try to sell you, and if you don't bite at that time, they have another person come over, and it's like a 2 or 3 person minimum that's trying to get you to buy a purchase. Here, they don't do that. You can actually Google Wyndham Grand Resorts. When you Google Wyndham Grand Resorts, you want to look up what they call the it's not a timeshare, it's called a membership to luxury. It's basically what they're selling, a membership to luxury. However, they have other amenities. Of course, they have the spa like all resorts have, but they have 4 different pools. They have a kid pool, they have an adult pool, they have a pool, where you do the usual yoga and the water aerobics, but then they also have a pool that's shaded. Now that pool, that's the best pool. Not only that, down at the beach, now they have a pool, a jacuzzi bar there. It's a pool bar that has 3 different types of jacuzzis that has seating in the jacuzzi. Of course, all jacuzzis have seating, but it has the seating with the table, with the bar in it. So they have 2 different pool bars. Now that's different. I've never seen that before. The next thing I want to mention is on the membership side. If you tell them that you're actually interested in finding out more information about the membership, you'll get the VIP treatment. And the VIP treatment means you get access to everything here on the resort. The other thing is, if you're traveling on a budget rather than getting a cab, you can catch the local bus that just runs all the way around Cancun Island. If you don't have pesos, you can pay $1. $1 going, $1 coming. Otherwise, here at this Wyndham Resort, we're probably about maybe 12 miles, so it only took us about 20 minutes to get to the resort from the airport. From here to the airport, a taxi is 20 bucks. Okay, so you can either pay the 20 bucks going and 20 bucks coming back, or you can pay $1 per person, get on the bus, tell them where you're going, and they'll stop for you. The people here are very friendly. Safety is not a concern, okay, because as long as you're in the resort areas, the tourist areas, you really don't have a problem. They're very nice, they're very friendly, they're very hospitable. One other thing I'd like to say is, when you're on vacation, you want to be stress-free, you want to be laid back, no pressure, and this resort has it all. They have the areas for the kids, they have the areas for the adults, and of course, if you want the kids always with you, you know, they have those special areas as well. They also have the sitting areas, the sitting for the kids. If you want to drop the kids and you want to go and do your own adult thing, they have that as well. I think the only other thing I would mention is when you come in July, expect the heat. Well, I'm from Texas, so we have the heat, so I'm used to the heat. But when you come in July, but there's also a breeze. It's not like a dry humidity like we have in Texas. The humidity here is not too bad. As I said, we're going to be here 5 days. We just arrived yesterday, which was, I think, what, the 14th? We arrived on the 14th. We'll be here for 5 days. So this is a great place. I would recommend it. I will continue to give them their great reviews. Now, the cons of the restaurant, that I will go ahead and let you know. The first con is the Brazilian steak restaurant, the Italian restaurant, and the Mexican restaurant. You have to have reservations. Who wants to make a reservation when they're on vacation? You just want to enjoy your vacation. However, most of the time with the reservations, what I was told by the person that showed us around the resort, if you just walk in and they have seating, most of the time, 75% of the time, they will go ahead and seat you, because the reservations are mainly for the guests who come here to stay if you're not a member. Members can get in without a reservation, walk in at any time. That's the main reason for the reservation system. However, if you just walk in any restaurant that requires a reservation, you're able to get in and get seating, enjoy your meal, enjoy the ambiance, and then go about your day. What we did try was the Mexican restaurant last night. It was okay. It wasn't the best, but it was okay. I really don't have any complaints, but the drinks were on point. That's what I can say. The drinks, all the drinks we've had here have been on point, of course, because they want to keep you coming back and they want a great review. The other con I would say is the pool. Now, listen, I've been to resorts all over the world, and the pool closing at 8, it's a downer for me. But however, we enjoyed the ambiance of the beach. Now, you can lie and relax on the beach all night. However, they do put the pool chairs up about 10 p.m. However, there are swings at the pool, at the beach bar on the beach. And the service on the beach, bringing you your drinks, no shortage. You have no problem. They come and wait on you, bring you your drinks, or if you want something from the snack bar, the pool bar, they will bring your food down to you as well. So that's a perk. They also offer a concierge service, okay? Anything you need, any problems you may need to address, you can speak with concierge and they will make it right. So that's another good perk. The other downside to it, I would say, you know, because we're in a world where everybody's trying to save the planet and do the recycle thing, okay? So they only clean your room every 2 days, and that's so they can conserve energy on all the way around, really. Now that for me is that's a downer for me, because I like my room cleaned every day. When I could leave out in the morning and I come back in the afternoon, I want my room clean. You know, I clean my room every day at my house. I want my room clean where I spend my money to go lie my head and enjoy my vacation. However, you can call down to housekeeping. You can get as many tiles as you need. They'll replace your tiles. But as far as cleaning your room and changing your linen, you'll get that done every 2 days. Now, I would recommend, now a lot of people may not do this. However, I have done it myself, where I go to a hotel and I bring my own sheets. Okay, some people just are that picky. And sometimes I'm that picky, but it depends on where I'm going. You know, not all the time you want to carry bed sheets, because you've got a lot of stuff you're packing to take your vacation. So I just wanted to pop in and give you guys that little tidbit. I will come back on and give you more content later when the sun kind of settles, so you can get the midday ambiance as well as the night ambiance, because at night it is beautiful. Also, the other thing, at night they have fireworks. Okay, they have a fireworks display, and you are welcome to sit out on the beach as long as you want. They also have, of course, lifeguards on duty just in case the water is choppy. That way, if you have kiddos out there or people out there unattended, trust me, they have more than enough lifeguards on the beach. Whereas when you go to most resorts, you may see the lifeguard chair, you may see one person out there. They have about 3 or 4 lifeguards. Okay, so we feel very safe here. We're very confident in the resort. If you were to review this resort and come and take a trip and give it your own review. Lastly, I would say the downtown service. We went downtown. We went and got couples massages at I think it's called Spa Select. We paid what was it? $120 for a 60-minute Swedish relaxing massage. The massage was great. It really was. It was great. They also offer the what is it? The the little fish that eat the dead skin off your feet. Aqua spa is what they call it, I believe. We didn't do that. We did that a couple of years ago when we came, but a couple of years ago we didn't stay at this resort. We stayed at a different resort because we like to try different things. So when we do our vacations, we try different resorts, even if we go to the same country. Okay. The only other thing I would say is, if you're one of those people who are very picky about where you're going to sit when you want to enjoy the sunshine when you come out of your room, if you're wanting to sit around the pool, some people here do reserve their cabanas. Some people here do come out at 6 or 7 in the morning and put their towels down. As for me, I'm not a fan of that. I sit wherever I want to sit. I'm not going to hold a chair. I'm not going to put a towel down or book down. I sit where I want to sit, but on vacation, I like to move around. And they have 4 pools here, okay? So I may want to sit at this one for 3 or 4 hours. I may want to go and try the ambiance at the other one for a few hours. And then the other thing is, I may just want to go out on the beach and just hang out. Now, as far as hanging out on the beach, now that's another thing. Now, of course, as I stated, we've traveled all around the world. However, at some beaches in the Caribbean, there are the solicitors who want you to buy the different tourist things. They're selling different objects and trinkets. Over here at the Wyndham Grand, on their section of the beach, it's pretty private, okay? I've only seen 2 solicitors the whole time we've been here. Whereas we go other places, it's a whole line of them, and they're out there all day. And I get that. They're trying to make their money, and they're making their living. That's the same. But over here, they don't too much allow that. So we weren't bombarded at the beach, pressure to make a purchase or get our own beach massage or our own beach braiding up your hair, or any other things that we've experienced in the past at different resorts when we're on the public beach. Because as you know, the solicitors are not allowed to come on property, but as long as you're out there on the beach, you're free game. But on this section of the beach, they don't have that, which we enjoy because we've experienced that before everywhere we've traveled. But here, they don't allow that. So it was really nice not to be bombarded, because some people like their personal space when they're on vacation. They're here. When you go on vacation, you want to unwind, de-stress, and unplug. So I just wanted to let you know that, and I recommend, again, the Wyndham Grand at Cancun. And if you'd like me to book that for you, you can find me on YouTube. You can find me on Instagram. You can find me on TikTok. I am Taya with Bright Travel, where we travel with ease. See you later.